Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to a weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 35th Commitments of Traders Report of 2023. And as we always do, we shall start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials positions. But before we jump to that review, just a reminder for those who are new to COT analysis, here at COTBase.com you'll find a lot of educational material, not only in written format, but we have some very useful videos as well. These videos can guide you through step by step the analysis process. I should point out we have some useful indicators as well. The COT Base Pro classic COT analysis, basically everything you see in these reviews, and you can also use it in NinjaTrader. You can download our data, and then we have the iCOT Intraday Indicators, the basic and the one with AfterSignal, which basically brings COT analysis into the shorter time frame. We're going to have one look at one of the markets that is in this review, Cocoa actually. But let's get started with the review. So once again, we're analyzing the net positions. We've ordered markets based on their changes in commercials net positions. We, of course, have other COT report types. We are analyzing in these reviews the classic or legacy, as CFTC calls the report, which has the longest COT history, and we're analyzing the combined futures and options data. So Platinum is on top of our list with a 36% change in commercials net positions. This change, of course, is measured compared to the past 52 weeks. So if we move to a 1 year chart, you can see this recent change size and then how it compares to the past 1 year. Now it is a definite top top place, first place, I'd say. A huge change signal in Platinum. So you can see that it is not only larger than average, but it is the largest change in the past 1 year. It is a bearish COT change signal coming after 2 weeks of rally. So the only thing, what's not the best is that we've actually seen the market fall since Wednesday. So it could be a bit late, but I mean, you can go back in time and see what happened to the market when there was a larger than average bearish COT change signal. So maybe this example from July, even though there has been a bit of a decline, the market actually continued its path downwards. Moving to a 5 year chart gives us the opportunity to examine the stress levels in the market. So we are close to bullish COT extreme levels. Of course, this recent change is moving away from that. Definitely not at bearish extremes, that's for sure. So even if we see a bit of a decline, I'd say that, of course, that would say that the change signal was successful. However, the extreme picture right now, I think, is still more bullish than bearish. That is what the stress level analysis tells us. Moving on to another metal, silver, we're going to jump over agriculture complex. So complex is something unique to COTBase.com. We basically gather the markets of one market category and then combine their COT data into one sector COT data. So that's something unique for our subscribers. Silver is the next market. Here we have a 23% change in commercials net positions. Again, much greater than average. Maybe not the largest change in the past 1 year, but I'd say maybe top 3, top 5. And again, it is a bearish change signal suggesting weakness in the near term. If we move to the 5 year chart, you can see that we are not necessarily at those all-time or close to all-time bullish extreme levels, but closer to bullish levels, that's for sure. So if we would see a decline in the next couple of weeks, I would expect traders to start increasing their net positions towards the bullish extreme of the COT report. So we shall see what happens. One thing's for sure, we are definitely at a resistance level here, and this recent change signal suggests that we may not be able to overcome that resistance right now. The next market is gasoline. Here we have a 22% change in commercials net positions. This, of course, is a bullish COT chain signal suggesting strengthening in the near term. However, the chain size is not that much greater than average, I'd say. I might not be using this information in my trading. Moving to a 5-year chart, the extreme analysis isn't really giving us a signal, so it's not much that you can gather from the COT report in case of gasoline. Moving on to large speculator COT extreme analysis, let's see where do we have the largest COT extreme, and this week it's cocoa with 184 report extreme in large speculators position. So that is, of course, a bearish COT extreme, suggesting a top in the next couple of weeks, month ahead of us. And by the way, I should point out how well classic COT analysis signaled the bottom over here in cocoa, igniting this rally that has been going on ever since. And I should just ask for a moment of your time to move on to our iCOT Intraday Indicator, because I just wanted to look at the cocoa, a market that not too many people trade. This is cocoa, and this is our own system, the iCOT Intraday Indicator. These are, of course, charts that are very similar to classic COT charts. However, they are our own indicator. We call them iCOT scores. If you add the iCOT with AfterSignal indicator on the chart, again, this is a default. I didn't do anything to the settings. You can see how well the system caught this bottom basically here in September of 2022. So this is a daily candlestick chart. I know it's an intraday indicator. You can use it on short time frames, but it is just showing you how well the system is correlating with classic COT analysis when it comes to daily or even weekly charts. So what a beautiful, beautiful catch over there. And of course, the after signal is going to take you up throughout this rally. As you can see, it's pushing and pushing the market higher. This green line over here is a stop level that the system automatically generates after there's a signal and a confirmation from the market. We do have stripe signals, but you can see that there's absolutely no entry if you have one indicator set, because you can only be in one trade at a time on one indicator. But I mean, we are getting these stripe signals, which of course correlates with the bearish sentiment that we're getting from the classic COT analysis as well. So we may actually be getting close to a top in cocoa. Moving on to oats, where we have a 78 report extreme. Now I should point out this is a small market. You can see that there's periods of time when there's no data, which was the case from basically the end of 2021 until mid 2022. Right now we do have COT data on a weekly basis, and you can see that we're in this 78 report extreme can be considered a bearish one. I mean, if you look at, let's say, a 2 years time frame, that's for sure. But on the 5 years chart, you can see that there's definitely space left for traders to reach even greater COT extremes. We'll see what happens to the market. Australian dollar is the next one, last one for this review. Here we have a bullish COT extreme situation. It has been the case past few reviews, and of course on a 5 years chart you can see roughly the extent how large this extreme can grow. So there's definitely some space left to reach even greater extremes in the case of the Australian dollar. As always, I try to tell you a little bit about the service because there's so much to do here if you are interested in futures and options trading on commodities and currencies, indexes, because we pretty much offer everything that is available as a tool. You can not only look at COT extremes, but the COT index, the COT move index. You can, of course, do a more in-depth COT change analysis where you can add multiple reports together and then measure that magnitude on any defined look-back period. We have the long-term trend indicator. We have the volume and open interest analysis tool. And you can, of course, go back and analyze older reports. If you want to look at a specific market that you trade and really dig into the details, of course, you can do that as well. And as I've said, you can actually download the data from our website. And if you would like, you can check out our indicators. The COT-based Pro available on NinjaTrader, but the iCOT Intraday Indicator is actually available not only on NinjaTrader, but TradingView as well, a very popular platform these days. I personally use it on TradingView, so a great tool set for anybody who's looking to diversify their analysis methods. Thank you very much for your attention. I do appreciate you being with me. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or send us an email to info@cotbase.com. I'm grateful for your attention. I hope to see you in my next COT review. Take care and goodbye.